Hello, everybody. This is the Spider 32 again with another video. And of course, you know the title of what I'm about to say. And this is an affidavit from Funimation and everything that was going on at Funimation in regards to the Mignogna situation. I'm going to read it to you. Hold on. This is a somebody by the name of Chuck Huber, and he's the voice of many other. He was the voice of many other characters, Android 17, Garlic Jr., and whatnot. So here it is. On this day, Chuck Huber, personally known to me as the offended heroine, appeared before me and, after being sworn in according to law, on his oath, deposed and said as follows. My name is Chuck Huber, and I reside at 705 Overhill Road, Fort Worth, Tarrant County, Texas. I'm over the age of 18 and competent to make this affidavit. I have personal knowledge of the facts stated in this affidavit, and these facts are true and correct. Facts in this affidavit should not be construed to condone Vic Mignogna's behavior, especially as it relates to his infidelity toward Michael Specht, which was personally heartbreaking and horrible. I have been an anime voice actor, or VA, since 1998 and have performed over 200 roles. I have attended over 150 anime conventions. I have been a voice actor for Funimation since 1998, and I am intimately familiar with the work environment at Funimation. I am friends with several employees of Funimation and have had direct communication with former CEO Jen Fujinaga, Karen Micah, Justin Cook, and Colin Clickenbeard through my years of employment at Funimation. I have been a voice actor for Okutron 5000, a company owned by Chris Sabat since 2004, and have been an employee of Deep Space Mustache, a film company founded by Chris Sabat during 2012 and 2013. Okay, hold on. Okay. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to open the floor and you can open the floor with any questions you may have. Let's continue. I have been friends with plaintiff Victor Mignogna, Vic, for at least 10 years. I have been friends with the defendants Jimmy Marchi and Monica Rial for at least 10 years. I have known Ron Toy from his relationship with Monica Rial. The first time I heard Vic's name was in a convention in 2003 or 2004 with Chris Sabat. This occurred while I was recording for a Funimation property at Okutron 5000. In that conversation, Chris Sabat verbally disparaged Vic's Christian faith and speculated that Vic was actually gay based on the way he dressed. In that conversation, Chris Sabat stated that Vic was a pedophile who liked little girls. Despite these statements, he did not express concerns about risks to fans, which I thought was odd. During this conversation, there was no specific mention of Vic committing sexual harassment, sexual assault, inappropriate behavior with teenage fans, or that Vic posed a risk to fans at conventions. During this conversation, there was no specific mention of Vic committing sexual harassment, sexual assault, inappropriate behavior. Okay, how I read that. In approximately 2007, Vic began the practice of autographing artwork depicting anime characters from many anime conventions. Is anybody going to come in? Okay, sorry about that. What was I? Other voice actors, Jamie Marchi, Monica Rial, and Chris Sabat, and other Funimation employees initially described that practice as stealing from fans, or using fans, or being an asshole. We all later adopted the same practices and currently follow these practices at conventions. This behavior by voice actors, including Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, and Chris Sabat, and other Funimation employees toward Vic's successful business tactics, demonstrates long-standing negative opinions about Vic. In virtually all conversations I've had with these voice actors when Vic was not present, disparaging remarks were made about Vic. Typical statements include, he's a prima donna, he's a douche, he's a diva, his clothes are gay, plus comments of his purported infidelity, dislike of his conservative Christian beliefs, and personal attacks for his support for Donald Trump. Anybody out there? Anybody? Okay, I'll continue. In virtually all conversations I have had with these voice actors when Vic was not present, disparaging remarks were made about Vic. Typical statements include, he's a prima donna, he's a douche, he's a diva, his clothes are gay, plus comments of his purported infidelity, dislike of his conservative Christian beliefs, and personal attacks for his support of Donald Trump. All of these comments were made at one time or another by Monica Rial, Jimmy Marchi, Chris Sabat, and others. All of them, however, conceded his ability to do his job. In December 2013, at Yamacon, I had lunch with Sean Schimmel and Johnny Strait. Sean Schimmel tried to persuade me to participate in a derogatory video about Vic known as the Vince Mangina V8 pedophile video. The video was to portray Vic as a pedophile. I refused because Vic is my friend, and he's not a pedophile. Most of the time when I interacted with Sean, he attacked Vic for pushing his Christian faith on fans at conventions and for Vic's purported sexual promiscuity. In 2016, I was at Funimation and witnessed a producer at Funimation warn other Funimation employees of Vic's arrival and addressed Vic negatively with directors at Funimation. In approximately 2016-2017, a director employed at Funimation told me that Vic would never get a directing job at Funimation because he was such a douche. This conversation happened at Funimation. I advised Vic of this conversation. Vic later told me he addressed this issue with Justin Cook, a member of Funimation management. In my opinion, the voice actors and Funimation employees described above were overly preoccupied with disparaging Vic. Over the last decade, I was around Vic, defendants, and other Funimation employees hundreds of times. Until January 2019, none of them directly accused him of sexual assault or sexual harassment in my presence. Until January 2019, negative discussions about Vic Mignogna in my presence were accompanied by laughter and derision, but never included concern for any alleged victims or named specific victims. Vic has always been a joke to a certain clique of influential Funimation employees for decades, but never a threat. Vic indicated to me that in 20 years of working at Funimation, he had never been warned of any complaints about his behavior. Vic told me he had a meeting with the producer at Funimation in approximately 2018, specifically to discuss any issues with his behavior. He stated that there was no mention in this meeting of having committed sexual harassment, sexual assault, or having his behaved in an inappropriate manner at Funimation or any conventions. He stated that she told him that he was difficult to work with. Then again, so are a lot of Hollywood actors and actresses that are difficult to work with. And some are just downright mean, but in any case, let's continue. Because he sometimes asks directors to do additional takes when the director was satisfied with his initial take. That a lot of so what? A lot of them, a lot of Hollywood actors and actresses do that shit. So I don't know what y'all tripping over. Anyway, let's continue. Senior Funimation directors have described the work environment at Funimation to me as a den of poison, Kafka nightmare, and Orwellian slave factory. Shit, I wouldn't. If I was a voice actor, I wouldn't want to fucking work there. My experiences working at Funimation was unpleasant. It was well known that if one falls out of favor with certain people, including Chris Sabat, or if one tries to do anything to change the working conditions, that person would not be rehired as a voice actor. I felt threatened with not being used as a voice actor in subsequent projects if I complained about the work environment. Funimation posted no employee. Funimation, and here's the big one right here. Funimation posted no employment policies regarding sexual harassment in the workplace or at conventions. Funimation did not provide an employee handbook to me, Vic, Jamie, Margie, and Monica Rial. And now you want to bring this shit up like 3 years later. Fuck out my face. In the 20 years I worked at Funimation, it was very common for employees, voice actors, writers, producers, directors to hug and kiss each other at the Funimation offices. Raunchy and sexual comedy was extremely common. Give me the link. I just did. In the 20 years that I've worked at Funimation, Right, right. How do I? The link is in the address bar. Copy, paste. Is in the address bar. Okay. That's right. Yes. Yes. Shit. That motherfucker. That. I'm trying there.
Hey, I want to show you a really simple technique to perform once and for all.
Yeah, I'm still working on it, Drew.
So you're using Freeman to figure out how do you invite guests? So versus when you ended up recording and you just hit invite guests. And this is where you can copy it to the board or you can click this Gmail button and open email. I tend to just copy this and send it to whoever needs it in like a calendar invite or in an email or Facebook message or whatever. That way they can get it. The second way is if you enter the broadcast studio and you're going to book the
Hello, check.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man? How long?
Um,
You've been going for 30 minutes almost. What you been talking about?
you see the link, the affidavit, the Vic Mignogna situation. You know about Chuck Huber, right?
What's this? What's all this about?
No, he wrote an affidavit that's concerning the Vic Mignogna situation. I'm gonna read it to you. I
Okay.
gotta start all over again. So yeah.
You don't have to. It'd be I could read it later. It's just um what give me the skinny because I only got about 30 minutes before I got to get back to work.
Wait, you gotta work?
Like just fucking project work, not like mixtape work. You know,
Yeah.
like work,
So,
not like work
so
work.
according,
No, that's not until October. No, I mean getting back to because I got to do mixtape. Just got the channel back, so I'm
but
trying to
you still have the two strikes on the other channel, right?
yeah. And so I got to compose. How am I going to get as many people as I can from the food channel? Let them know that I'm live streaming over on my other channel because obviously with the two strikes and I got them from live streams, you know, it is going to be kind of difficult to live stream on my main channel right now. I just got Trueville number 6 or number 5. No, Trueville number 5 just got age restricted.
Oh my God.
So it's like it's ridiculous.
So there's no penalty or anything like that that's regarding anything like that, right?
No, but forget about me. We could talk about this Vic Mignogna stuff. I've just been doing a lot of a lot of brainstorming and how to work this, how to work that. Still working on the mixtape. Still working on this, that, or the other. So it's just and until October when I got to go back to the forklift. When I mean work and keeping myself busy, I'm really just trying to keep myself mentally occupied through this whole pandemic bullshit
Uh,
because it's like it's very damaging really to be just cooped up and you can barely go to the gym here. It's like it's still a joke. It's still a joke, you know.
uh, yeah. In either case, wait. Yeah. According to this affidavit, this is coming from Chuck Huber, and he's the voice of Android 17, Garlic Jr. for Dragon Ball Z, and Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, and many others. And he wrote an affidavit concerning, his experiences with Funimation and how these people were. Basically, it's
So
like
is affidavit like
affidavit.
a affidavit that's like a memoir of some kind or like
Yes.
a
No, he's. I think this guy's into law. I think this guy's into law, and what I'm looking at is, hey, this is. I mean, I don't know. This
well what's the main points he's talking about?
certain points, like he's been with Vic. He's been with Vic for a few years, and the people he's worked with. You can actually confirm they're a bunch of scumbags.
Like, what like, or is it like manipulation? That kind of
And
work office
well,
backstabbing type shit.
I'm gonna read a few. In that
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at this like
I'm gonna mute my mic real quick and unplug my earphones so I can hear you. I'm gonna grab my water real quick, but go ahead and keep reading.
all right. In that conversation, the first time I heard Vic's name was in a conversation in 2003 or 2004 with Chris Sabat. This occurred while I was recording for Funimation property Okatron 5000. In that conversation, Chris Sabat verbally disparaged Vic's Christian faith and speculated that Vic was actually gay based on the way he dressed. In that conversation, Chris Sabat stated that Vic was a pedophile who liked little girls. Despite these statements, he did not express concerns about risks to fans, which I thought was odd. During this conversation, there was no specific mention of Vic committing sexual harassment, sexual assault, inappropriate behavior with teenage fans, or that Vic posed a risk to fans at conventions. In approximately 2007, Vic began the practice of autographing artwork depicting anime characters for money at anime conventions. Other voice actors, Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, and Chris Sabat, and other Funimation employees initially described that practice as stealing from fans, using fans, or being an asshole. We all later adopted the same practices and currently follow those practices at conventions. This behavior by voice actors, including Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, Chris Sabat, and other Funimation employees toward Vic's successful business practices, demonstrates long-standing negative opinions about Vic.
Okay.
Virtually all conversations I have had with these voice actors when Vic was not present, disparaging remarks were made about Vic. Typical statements included, he's a prima donna, he's a douche, he's a diva, his clothes are gay, plus comments of his purported infidelity, dislike of his conservative Christian beliefs, and personal attacks for his support of Donald Trump.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, see, I never once asked myself what his political beliefs are, but now it's all starting to make sense now. You know, for the longest time since the beginning of all this shit, because he tried to appeal and repeal and counter sue for like slander, because like you guys are not bringing up any evidence in any of this shit. You know, vile shit. And if anything, we found something on Monica Real up there kissing the little girls on stage. There's videos of that.
And there's more evidence that, you know, the guy who actually did all this was, I don't think he's working for Funimation anymore, but Ilyich something, I forgot his name was. This guy was actually dating an underage girl at Funimation. And it wasn't Vic, and he was trying to put that shit on. He was trying to put that shit on the guy who actually did that shit on Vic. And there was another dude that was Scott Freeman.
This is my white guy in the airport smile.
And there was another dude named Scott Freeman who had child pornography on his laptop, and Funimation didn't say anything.
No
He
investigation.
got arrested for it. He was arrested. He was booked, and Funimation didn't say anything.
What the hell is going on with that story?
I have no idea.
I just came back from I was on Blaze because apparently they brought the Blaze back. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Oh, dang! I was.
There's
is it still there or no?
I think it's still going. I was gonna go back on for a little bit, and then I was gonna jump off because they got, I think, Wynn's on there. JD Miles is there. It's this whole thing with Mega Man.
Oh God!
It's this whole thing with Mega Man. You know, they you know, it's like it's one of those things that you don't really know what to do. You don't, you know, and I'm not, and I told them I'm not an innocent party in all this. I've made my jokes about some of this shit too. But see, some of this, and I'm going to say it on your live stream, some of this falls on Mega Man for not dealing with these trolls properly. By either A, addressing them, B, letting them go. You have Garage Autonomous subscribed to your channel right now.
Shit, I don't know why.
Which is motherfucker. Oh, I know why. It's
get this motherfucker off my damn channel.
He won't. It's his thing. It's his Kirk. He's like fucking the Monarch from Venture Brothers. Like any chance for him to try to psychologically torture me, I guess is a thing for him. But if you just to choose to ignore him, he'll, eventually go away like good cocaine. So just that's about it. And ignore any plights of people trying to turn people, because in the long run, the thing with Mega Man is that it wasn't Dan King or Slippery When Wet that made so many people turn against Mega Man. It was Mega Man. He had to learn how to let go of certain things and understand where he was just simply wrong, and just be like, okay, I was wrong, boom, let it go, boom, that's it. But then when the war between him and Tico started, I started seeing, okay, there's some points there. But now that Mega Man hasn't said anything for quite some time, now it's starting to turn into, okay, when are you guys going to move on from Mega Man? You know, so it's turning into this thing where it's like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do. It really is going to fall back on Mega Man and just letting a lot of this shit go, man. Don't let this shit get up in your mind. Don't let it creep up in your soul. This is his pilgrimage. This is his
The man is nuts, basically.
basically. But see, that's the thing. You could capture anyone at their worst. Okay, you really can. But when you're helping, you're helping them along. It doesn't. There's only so much I could do for you. Don't help them. Don't show up in live streams. Talk. He threatened me, so I'm gonna show my gun and bullets. It's like Tico didn't even do that, and he's talking about burning houses down and visiting moms and shit like that. And it's like if you choose to believe in all that stuff, bruh. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can tell you right now, Tico is a man of his word. You know, when he says he's going to do something, he'll do it.
Yeah.
But, you know, blind rage, anger, egos, I would not stir any of that up. Whether he's telling, you know, just a blanket threat or not, it doesn't matter. Don't stir that pot. Number one, it's always going to boil back down to the way they feel is that you used the blaze without Tico's permission, without anyone's permission, because you felt that, okay, where's the blaze? Let's do it for the spirit of the boys and all that. And whatever the fuck the beef is, Tico feels you were in the wrong. He's not holding your feet to the coals. You're wrong. He doesn't like you. What are you going to do? Move on.
Exactly.
Move the fuck on. Then all the things that we misinterpret. Even I misinterpret some of this shit because of jokes that we have made in the past about Tico being, you know, Scrooge McDuck and having a lot of money and flying in private jets. That was just, I've never really recalled him flying in private jets and all this shit. But then again, I don't stay attached to any man like that. You know, me and Tico we're super cool online. You know, he's one of the guys who I would actually want to meet in real life and, you know, have a beer with. You know, he's one of those guys. You know, he has my number. There's a few guys online who have my number. I was thinking about giving you my number when this was done in the private chat or whenever I skedaddle. Yeah. But and then that way it'd make it a lot more easier for you to send me a link or whatever to, you know, so we can do whatever and have whatever conversation you want. Because I will never be too big or too small to try to find some time to do something. Like I missed the troll and trolls today, but you know, again, after a while, it was like, well, I guess there's a good reason why I missed it. Because it's like, you know, there's some funny bits. Yeah, there's obviously some funny. The chicken toes, I'm sorry, it gets me every time. Okay. Yeah. The Watch Your Six, it gets me. But again, after this stream, that stream, 2 hours of this, 2 hours of that, when is it going to get old? When are we going to move on? Okay, if Mega Man moves on, then y'all got to move on. Yeah, y'all should move on. Because if Mega Man can move on from this shit and y'all still keep going on, then y'all ain't going to have to worry about Mega Man at that point. You're going to have to worry about me saying something to you. Because I will tell your ass at that point, okay, this shit with Mega Man is done. He's moving on. You got to move on too. As a matter of fact, it don't even matter what because the same logic I could apply to Mega Man, I could also apply to them. What is this thing with Mega? What is this obsession? What is this thing? It's the same thing with Mega Man. What is your obsession? I don't know what the fuck is a Dan King. I never knew who Dan King was until Mega Man.
Who the fuck is Dan King?
He's cool. He's all right. He's just, you know, he's cool. Slippery but wet, they cool, but you know, it's whatever. It's like I'm not gonna shit on even garages people, because these are garages people, by the way. They are in some fashions. See, this is why it's like it's just a fucking joke to me. That's why I'm just laughing this shit off. Like if I'm Mega Man, I don't take any of this shit seriously, because if you take it seriously, he wins. And all you're gonna do is end up on exposing the black manosphere. It's like so crazy how
Right.
pro-blacks always have problems with blacks who are apparently not pro-black enough for them.
And I've saw that, somewhere, and I was like, oh my god, man, come on now.
Hey, man.
I'm about to do another live stream. Like, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or maybe Sunday, but I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's going to be concerning what you just said. Gynocentric society.
Well, we have a gynocentric. Oh wait. Oh.
What?
He's live.
Who's live?
Mega Man. He's live right
God.
now. Hold on a second. Man, let's see. Come on. Now my signal don't want to work. It could be Mega Man.
Channel?
Huh?
He's live on his own channel?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the moment I was kind of dreading, because if he comes back with another another long live stream talking about Tico or any of this shit,
Nah.
then it's just gonna be like,
These guys need to clear the air right now, because this is ridiculous.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't
In the
hold on
last
to.
video, you guys need to clear the air, because if you keep this up, this is ridiculous.
Now Hidden is mad and shit, and he's all like, feeling a certain kind of way about it, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Well,
Come on.
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna allow this shit to get to me, dude. I can't. I'm just gonna start doing food reviews, comic stuff, and talk my shit about videos I see on the internet. If people want to talk shit about me, go for it. I might talk about it. I might not, because there have been plenty of guys who they talk their shit about me, and it's whatever, as long as I'm allowed that same courtesy. What's up?
Question? Like, you're on the channel is totally fine. Like,
For now, because it could be a strategy where they're waiting for me to say enough medical stuff in these live streams so they could try to get 3 strikes in a row all at once and then just obliterate my gaming channel. But if they were going to do that, they probably would have already done that. I'm making it very, very difficult for them to do that. So I don't talk about medical stuff. I might lose my mind on some shit or a video I see, but I don't play any videos that nobody else won't play on their live stream. So I don't go into depth of how I really feel about, medical stuff. I just keep it blunt. This is how people feel. Go based off of whatever facts you want to base off of. If that's how we're going to be, then that should be kind of kind of like a reflection of we shouldn't be just listening to one fucking doctor. But okay, believe what you like.
Happens, I mean, I might take over, because the Shermy gangs mean the Shermy.
I'm bringing back Shermy Gang, by the way. I am bringing that back.
Oh yeah.
I only had to take it away because of all this shit with Mega Man and this person and that person. It's like I had to take it away for a minute, because I don't need egos and this person thinking that they're better than this person, and it's like that's not what it's about.
That's the thing with ego. It's only gonna get in your way in this case. You gotta let that shit go and nip it in the bud, and then that's how it is.
Yeah, that's why Garage wins.
You can't do this, because this is what they see. Because they see us fighting with each other. There's a perfect opportunity to swoop in. This is what
You know
makes in NICTO. It's not, you know, we're not a terror. We're certainly not a terrorist group. We're not a fucking. It's not an organization. It's a philosophy. It's the way you want to live. It's life according to you.
That's why I had to change up a lot of things, because it's like I'm not here to hate women. I don't know if you pay attention to my live stream.
It's not about hating women. It's about self-preservation.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when I do my thing, I'm not doing videos on just women. I do it on women, men. Like, dude, I have
They're doing all kind of. Both men and women do all kind of fuck shit.
well, I have an unfathomable fucking strong dislike for Dr. Fuckboy Fucci. Like,
Oh God, don't.
give me a fucking break, dude.
That
Are you kidding me?
I just want to punch that guy in the fucking face.
Call me a
No
woman
fairness.
hater and then bring a picture of Dr. Fucci in front of me. I will eat that picture in front of you. I would do vile things.
I will set that bitch on fire and piss on the ashes.
You have
Trust
no
me.
idea what despicable. I will shit on the ashes. Okay, I will do. I'm talking about some crazed fucking death metal type shit, dude.
I'm doing all this shit, washing my hands, doing all this, and what the fuck? Like, is the vaccine supposed to fucking work? And it's supposed to keep me, you know, okay, I'm fully vaccinated, so what you're basically saying is I got to wear the fucking mask until next
You
fucking.
know what? I wouldn't even get into it on any YouTube, because if someone like Infinite Waters with over 1 million subs could get hit for medical misinformation, then I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's just not go there. You know, or create a BitChute, go over to BitChute. I got like 18 subs over on BitChute, so you know I'm probably gonna start posting more over there. And if anything happens to my channels, then so be it. But for my food and music, that's just all it's gonna be. And the music, I'm holding out on that until the first strike lifts, at least around May. So I'm kind of eager and kind of anxious to go ahead and release
quick
some of this stuff.
Okay, quick question. Like certain, because I don't know how YouTube works, because like once you get certain strikes, like do they lift the strike, or that like
they'll lift the strike after a time period, but it's like fucking 30 days or 90 days after the strike happened. So for my first strike, no, it's 90 days. It's 90 days, yeah, because I got my first strike back in March. Okay. No. Yeah. Toward the beginning of March, I got the first strike. And then I got the second strike, like
that's about 3 months.
literally like
days.
it is like 90 days after because I got the first strike sometime in early March, and exactly 90 days from that point would be like late May. And then I got the second strike sometime in mid-March, and that's going to be pushed to like early June. You know, so they're like those strikes were so close to each other. What does one do with this channel that has nothing but live streams talking fuck Dr. Fucci and mask? What did you want me to, what did anyone want me to do? I'm not Young Ripper. I'm not Stephen. I wish we could get some of us up there so that way we can have a little bit of a protection bubble. But my second issue with that is I don't want to get to a point where I'm like, oh, I get like 2,000 subscribers and now it's going to my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's where I see with some of these people, they let the shit go to their head. And
which
it's like,
brings me to my next thing, which in regards to what the thing is about it. And I'm looking at this on part 33 says Vic told me he had a meeting with a producer at Funimation in approximately 2018 specifically to discuss any issues with his behavior. He said that there was no mention in this meeting of having committed sexual harassment, sexual assault, or his having behaved in an inappropriate manner at Funimation or at any conventions. He stated that she told him that he was difficult to work with because he sometimes asked directors to do additional
I love
takes
that.
when the director was satisfied with his initial take.
I love
So
that.
what?
Difficult to work. Look, what you're
But
bringing up
there's,
to me.
there's thousands of Hollywood actors and actresses that are difficult to work with.
When someone says they're difficult to work with, it's just they're a perfectionist, and sometimes the director is thinking about money. And I know exactly what that is, and you know, like a person like Edward Norton is difficult to work with. You know why? Because he's good at what he does. Someone like Daniel Day-Lewis is difficult to work with. You know why? Because he's good at what he does. But if you look at their
Julia Roberts, Dustin Hoffman, those
all the
people.
greats, Denzel Washington on the set of The Equalizer, they were spraying him with the water. He's just like, turn the water off. Enough of the water. Turn the water off. I'm done with water. I don't want to look at water. I don't want to see water no more. Like, the greats are going to be difficult to work with, and it's going to take other, sometimes even more difficult people to work with them to push that out.
And then he goes on. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No. Go ahead, please. It's your show, dude. It's your show.
Because he goes on to say that senior Funimation directors have described the work environment at Funimation to me as a den of poison, Kafka nightmare, and Orwellian slave factory. My experiences with working at Funimation was unpleasant. It is well known that if one falls out of favor with certain people, including Chris Sabat, or if one tries to do anything to change the working conditions, that person would not be rehired as a voice actor. I felt threatened with not being used as a voice actor in subsequent projects if I complained about the work environment. Here's the biggie one right here. Funimation posted no employment policies regarding sexual harassment in the workplace or at conventions. Funimation did not provide an employee handbook to me, Vic, Jamie Marchi, and Monica Rial. In the 20 years I worked at Funimation, it was very common for employees, voice actors, writers, producers, directors to hug and kiss each other at the Funimation offices. Raunchy and sexual comedy was extremely common. Sexual relationships between Funimation employees and voice actors was common. No one was ever disciplined or terminated for this conduct. When Sony acquired a majority interest in Funimation in late 2017, a no hugs policy was announced. Funimation employees and voice actors largely ignored this policy at first. The voice actors, including Jamie Marchi and Monica Rial, and other Funimation employees, talked and flirted freely at Funimation on a regular basis, though this did become less common after Sony instituted the no hugs policy. When the Dragon Ball Kai was being recorded in 2007, I heard rumors that actresses had been recast at Funimation who were refusing sexual advances by Funimation employees. I consider these rumors credible based on my experience working at Funimation and from direct messages received from a former DBC cast member. So, all that I just said.
So the like what I'm gathering from what I'm listening to is a lot of not only a lot of do as I say, not as I do type bullshit going on there, but a lot of reflection and deflection, because it sounds like the shit that they're accusing this Vic guy of, they themselves have done. And it's funny. It's like they're trying to, like, all these rules and regulations. I'm
looking at this. There were no rules and regulations. There wasn't even a fucking handbook. So you're sitting down here and
whatever rules and regulations came out the ether. It almost seemed like they were set to get Vic for, I guess, being a Trump supporter.
Of course.
You dirty, filthy, disgusting, evil, patriarchal supporter of that. Ooh, What other
I'm
reason?
sorry. Oh, but there's another one. I also heard that. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm just trying to understand the meat to why all this happened. Besides him being a Trump supporter.
I also heard that actresses who participated in sex with Funimation Okatron 5000 employees were cast in roles. I consider these rumors credible based on my experience working at Funimation. When the trailer for the Dragon Ball Z Super Broly movie was released, Vig did not voice the character Broly, even though Vig was the only English actor who had ever voiced Broly up to that point. During this time frame, I sent a text message to Chris Sabat, who responded, if this has anything to do with Vig, I won't talk about it. Chris Sabat is the owner of Okatron 5000, and he's a voice actor for Funimation. When he voices the Vegeta of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Chris Sabat,
and he owns the which company again? The Audi 5000.
Okatron 5000.
Okatron 5000. Okay.
Chris Sabat did most of the casting and recording for the Dragon Ball Z properties, including for the movie Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. Chris Sabat engaged in negotiations either directly or through Funimation through various projects with Toei, owner of the Dragon Ball Z properties. The voice actors employed by Funimation generally consider Chris Sabat to be a de facto manager of Funimation, and they believe his approval and support is vitally beneficial to succeeding at Funimation and the conventions and the converse regarding his disapproval. Chris Sabat has more influence at Funimation and other studios, including Rooster Teeth and Toei, than Vic has ever had in the anime community. I have heard Chris Sabat and Sean Schimmel call Vic a pedophile numerous times before the allegations against Vic in January-February 2009 arose. I observed Chris Sabat on multiple occasions talk in a derogatory manner about members of Funimation and management and other people he calls friends. I was aware of no rumors or accusations that they committed rape, sexual assault, or sexual harassment until the accusations rose in January, February 2019 on the internet. I was aware of no rumors or statements that I was aware of no rumors or statements that identified any purported victims of sexual assault, sexual harassment by Vic until January. It's probably Jimmy Marsh.
I was about to say, like, what about, like, that little thing called evidence?
Yeah.
Where's the evidence for any of these accusations?
And he goes on. And Chuck goes on to say, Jimmy Marchi and I have been close friends and writing partners since 2009. She never mentioned the hair pulling incident at Funimation that allegedly occurred between Vic and her.
So she never filed a police report.
Yeah.
Great.
I believe Jimmy Marchi would have mentioned the hair pulling incident if it had bothered her, since she is typically very outspoken. In addition, while Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, and other Funimation employees often express animosity towards Vic, they never claimed he had sexually harassed or sexually assaulted anyone. Their animosity was primarily due to his personality, his sexual promiscuity, his Christian faith, and claims that he was difficult to work with. In 2009, Jimmy Marchi and I worked with Chris Sabat on con.com.com, which is a website where voice actors could provide content for fans. And Vic was a digital guest on that website and our primary marketing force because of his prolific convention schedule. In dozens of specific conversations about Vic, there was never any concern about paraphernalia or other criminal sexual behavior. I have never seen Vic behave inappropriately with fans of any age. Although voice actors and other Funimation employees called Vic a pedophile and accused him of liking underage girls for years, they never said these things to Vic and never expressed any concerns about working with Vic or doing panels at conventions with Vic until 2019, nor did they express concern for the convention fans until 2019. And the sexual assault, the sexual harassment allegations by the defendants and Funimation employees have seriously damaged Vic's career, inducing numerous conventions to cancel his appearances, by inducing producers and directors not to consider him or terminate him from projects. Jimmy Marchi, Monica Rial, myself, and all other voice actors have kissed and hugged hundreds of fans at conventions, no matter their age. approached Jimmy Marchi and Monica Rial to attempt a settlement between Vic and the defendants in early March 2019. Vic was not aware of my efforts. I was initially supportive of what Jamie and March and Monica were doing because my understanding was that they were, with inflated versions of their stories, attempting to help the alleged underage victims of rape and sexual assault by Vic, which they, along with Michael Spick, directly told me existed, who would otherwise be too afraid to speak out. Now, I never considered Jamie and Monica to be victims of attempted rape or sexual assault by Vic. And I'm looking at this, and during my set, and I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to scroll down here. I believe plays. That's fucked up. There's a lot of other
I just beyond Trump and beyond the fact that these guys are pieces of shit themselves, including Monica Rial.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the motive is beyond their actions versus him being a Trump supporter and a Christian. And I guess there's also the kind of shit that happened in Hollywood. Like what do you do in the face of that kind of shit? Like when you're like, you know, say what you want to say about online, but what do you do when you're like, you're this guy and you have a career in this field and it's like seemingly people are talking shit about you behind your back, and you know, like that's kind of where I was afraid that all this shit with MAGA Man was gonna go. But it's like, again, the other half of the equation is don't feed into it. But what happens when you don't feed into it? What happens when it's like it truly is like this is your career, you're not doing anything in, at least in your mind, or anything that's, you know, could be brought up credibly that you're doing that's wrong, but some reason you're being turned into this villain when the real villains are doing the shit and they're the ones getting caught up in it. It's like, and it still hurts your career regardless of the fact, and because the right person owns the company and is a de facto manager of America Toy Animation or whatnot.
Okatron 5000.
Okay, but isn't he also the de facto manager of whatchamacallit? Funimation?
Yeah, he is. It's like it would make sense because Rooster Teeth is Kick Vic. Rooster Teeth is Team Kick Vic and Toei, and that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know what Japan really did about it or didn't do about it. Or
I mean, this guy. This guy has influence in Toei. It would make a lot of fucking sense because he's not going to do much of anything.
That
probably owns. This guy probably owns like maybe a quarter. I don't know, but he has influence in Toei than anything else.
Even he has more influence than Akira Toriyama, the guy who created Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in general. That's weird.
It's just the company. So it's just.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I'm Akira Toriyama, I'm like, would you stupid fucking Americans please knock this dumb shit off? We're trying to make money. Like, what are you doing? What is this? Is he always you're calling him a pedophile? Okay, where's the evidence? Shouldn't your American courts handle this? Or I don't know. What's the process? All I see is all of you going online and talking shit about this guy, and we don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's not true. You know, and then come to find out.
There's two more. I'm sorry. There's two more pieces I want to read here.
Go ahead.
I contacted Gen Fujinaga, the then CEO of Funimation, to discuss my concerns with Chris Cabot's gaslighting of Sean Schimmel, damaged use of his authority toward actors, and an attempt to destroy my career. In early March 2019, he met with me and advised that Vic would lose and have to pay via something he had learned he had learned about called an anti-slap, SLAPP, emotion. He also, in response to my specific concerns about Chris Sabat, said that he had been friends with Chris Sabat for 17 years and he did not believe me. This meeting occurred on March of 2019 at 2:30 p.m. in Jen's office, approximately a month to a month and a half prior to Vic filing the current pending lawsuit.
Oh,
I and my wife feared direct, planned, and specific retaliation from Chris Sabat and those loyal to him in response to this affidavit that will be damaging to my reputation and career. I have known Vic for many years, and I do not believe he has ever sexually approached anyone past the point of telling him no. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and anybody that doesn't follow in your circles, they basically get canned, according to this motherfucker.
I don't know. Isn't that always the way? You know, new dog shows up, doesn't have the right smell. He gets just deleted from the group, the pack, whatever the fuck you call a group of dogs. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like with like, okay, you bring up these kinds of claims against someone, you're gonna have to have the evidence to back it up, and also not be in the wrong yourself. It's like Derek Jacks. It's like this motherfucker, right? This is the fucking asshole who said that there should be no excuses for infidelity and all this shit, and this motherfucker's over here committed infidelity.
Yeah,
Magic. It's like a magic
I'm
show.
looking
It's
at,
like a,
and I'm gonna go to the beginning here, and according to this one, and the facts of this affidavit should not be constructed to condone Vic Mignogna's behavior, especially it relates to his infidelity toward Michael Spick, which is personally heartbreaking and horrible. So, the worst that this man done is like he cheated on his wife. So yeah,
so what?
the man's a Christian, so everybody makes. I get it. Everybody makes mistakes, and everything and all that. But come on now, please.
Like, who gives like this is why it's like it's hard for me to get invested in the whole Vic Mignogna. I can't even say his name half the time. That's the other equation to it. But beyond my embarrassing admission to be able to pronounce Vic's name, it's just like a lot unless it's like some real deal Holyfield shit. What it really is, because what you were reading about the meeting with the the president or whatnot, and the fucker was like, I don't believe you, I'm gonna side with Chris, and Japan is siding with these motherfuckers. So it's like, what do you do? When do you do then when now the owners and the presidents are siding with the people who are clearly in the fucking wrong, and apparently nobody else can see it except for the fans, and but then again, there could be some credibility, but that should be taken up in court. I thought this was settled in court. Now it's like a rehash due to this, I guess, this I'm gonna call it memorandum, because I have real trouble saying
Affidavit.
affidavit, you know me, baby. Shit.
Oh my god.
Ah, man, I'm fucking insane.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I can't call it with Vic, man. I can't call it with this horse shit again. We're calling him, saying he's been, doing things with underage girls. I literally have a video of Monica Real, the voice actress for Boma, kissing 15-year-old, 14-year-old girls on stage like it's the thing to do. Okay? So it's like, head scratching, but all right. And then there's been the allegations against the voice of Vegeta, the voice of Goku. I think one of the voices of 17 was feeling some heat. I think that's the guy that you're talking about right now, the guy who voiced 17 and voiced Garlic Jr. That guy, that guy was facing a lot of bullshit. So it's like,
oh damn.
Yeah, the guy that you're just reading to me about right now, that guy was facing a lot of bullshit too. And if that's the guy that you're talking about, then I read somewhere he like almost like 9 months ago. It was briefly like my mind barely caught it, and I'm like, the voice of 17. The fuck is going on with this? But yeah, sure enough, they were. I don't know if they fired him or anything like that. But
Clico TV subscribe to your channel. Who the hell's
Huh?
Clico TV?
Who?
Clico TV subscribe to my channel.
Tico TV?
No, Clico TV.
Clico.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's probably I don't fucking know. Congratulations. Dude, I don't turn down nothing but your collar, baby. Hey, man, you 9 subscribers away from me. Yes, shit. There you go. I got 24 on the gaming channel, so shit. There you go. Just look at it that way. You know, you're one step closer to doing something on this crazy ass website.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how do you spell this?
If anything
happens,
I'll take. I mean, like I said, I'll take over. I mean, hey, the Shermanation lives. Hey, the Shermanation legacy has to go on. Sherman legacy got to go on.
Hey man, well you got to build your own legacy now. Now that you got your. By the way, do you have the video share thing on the thing?
Video share? I don't think so.
Are you using StreamYard on your phone or are you using it on the desktop?
I'm actually using it on the. I got a laptop, so I'm basically using StreamYard. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say there should be like a video share. You can set up all kinds of intros or whatnot. I don't know if you're savvy with downloading videos or downloading clips or whatnot, but you know how like Tico does it sometimes where he could just play a clip or you do soundboards if you want to. There's a multitude of things that I think you should think about adapting. I think StreamYard should listen to me more often. I'd make this website fucking so much more phenomenal. But then again, I don't want to break what's already good, so keep my opinions to myself on that. But dude, yeah, man. Like don't have to do what the next person does, but I would just recommend, having a my intros are way too fucking long. So I wouldn't recommend doing 15-minute intros like I do because I'm a fucking retard person. But like you should like think about doing like a minute, 3 minute, 5 minute intros. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that because intro's a little bit too long for me, at least for my taste. But I'm gonna try and do some.
You're one of those smooth black guys who just want to jump on and just start getting into it. You're one of those. I could tell. Yeah. Just get in, talk about this shit. What do you think? Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, thanks.
That's why I'm here. Yeah. I honestly do believe sometimes there is a bit of. I'm talking about myself here. There's sometimes a bit of too much overproduction. Sometimes you just need a guy to just go in there and just say, "Hey, this is what the fuck it is, man," and then bye. Can't solve the world. Like that's my thing. I have to remind myself I can't solve the world in the live stream. I don't have all the answers here. I don't have all the right things to say. That's why with this thing with Mega Man, it makes me kind of like
we're a society that's inevitably gonna fall. Like if you take a look at the Roman Empire, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, all the civilizations fell at one point in time. They all fell eventually.
Yeah, they also came back. So I wouldn't fret it too much. But we could possibly be facing some of the darkest times in our American history. We got to show what we're made of at this point. That's why I refuse to be crying about anything online, And if it's like some Vic Mignogna stuff, some Kick Vic stuff, evidence, courtroom.
Which I still have not seen.
Yeah, where your lawyer at? Where's the judge? Where's the evidence? No evidence. Not really taking you seriously.
And I'm looking at this, and I kind of sort of. This is just my opinion. You don't have to take it for what it is, but
no, sure,
there's some evidence that he may be guilty. I'm not sure, but I'm looking at number 77. It says, I believe Vic utilized his position of privilege in shameful ways in attempts at everything.
He could have, yeah.
In attempts to obtain sex. It is possible. So
Very
the
possible.
man's not completely innocent. The man's not completely innocent. So
Nobody is. But in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. And if he hasn't been proven guilty of his crime, then he's innocent. So it's as simple as that. I don't care about that SJW bullshit logic where, oh, you go to Twitter or Facebook and you call someone a pedo, then all of a sudden that makes it true. That's bullshit. You know, people should be able to see
the fucking Salem witch trials all over again. It's like, the fuck?
Welcome to the internet, good sir. That's why it's like I can't take certain people seriously. If I can't have
the fucking Salem witch, the social fucking media version of the Salem fucking witch trials. Jesus. And I'm looking at 78. In my experiences with Vic, if someone acted like they didn't want to be hugged or kissed, he stopped immediately. So,
misanthrope is a word that has been crossing my mind as of late.
What, misanthrope?
Yeah, because I don't look at human beings in such a negative connotation where it's like people need to be exterminated or something like that. But it's like
I get like that. You saw my last video of misanthrope. You saw my last video, take it, right?
Right. I saw your take on that. But it's like,
Jesus.
I don't promote genocide, but if we keep going down this path, somebody's going to get fucking genocided, my friend. I don't know who's going to be, but it's going to be somebody.
That's how I feel. So you got fucking, when you deal with so many fucking assholes in your fucking life, it's like, what do you do?
That's why I'm laughing at
you try and be nice. You try and be nice to people. You try and be as humble as I can possibly be, and they still fuck over you.
That's why I laugh at the MAGA man jokes, because they're not going to stop unless you stop it. You stop it, then they'll stop. I know it's for some of this shit, it's a tough pill to swallow because again, it's like I'm looking at what MAGA man's going through. I'm looking at what's happening with all that. And then I'm looking at something like what we're talking about with Vic's situation, and it's like I would not want that to happen to anybody. And it's so fucking difficult. Like I can sit here easily say, "Hey, rise above it, man. Hey, just It's not so
easier
simple
said than done.
Yeah, it's so much more easier said than done. Like, trust me, because I have been there, dude. If I had a whole bunch of people saying some shit about me right now, tough pill to swallow. But at some point, it's gonna be like, it's like what Drake says. Drake the rapper.
Yeah.
It's a 76-hour rule. On the first day, they talking shit. Oh, he did this, he did that, he did that. 48 hours later, he did this, he did that, he did this.
Like, if I were in that, because I work for, I'm a custodian at a military base. I work for
rock
CW.
on. Rock on. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Because when they was trying to torture my black ass to sweep the floor and mop and all that stuff, one of your kind would show up and just take care of all that magic for me. I was so thankful. I was like, thank God for you.
They fucking love me there. Trust me.
Yes. Dude, once we, thank you. Like, you are the most appreciated people on any military base, because if you're not doing it, it's usually the grunts who are doing it. So thank you, good sir. You are doing us a service. Shit.
Because if in any case, so some shit, if some shit comes out about me that I sexually harassed somebody or whatever, or one of the coworkers or whatever, and they have a clear handbook regarding sexual assault, sexual harassment. And as I stated in this affidavit with Chuck Huber, they hadn't had any. People are going to start looking at me funny, including my family. Like, I didn't do something.
Well, that's why somebody, I won't say who, but they kind of like wanted me to disassociate myself from certain people. And it's like, look, you might have a problem with this person. I don't necessarily have a problem, as much as like I see the flaws, and I could tell you what would work and what wouldn't work. And again, dude, it's such a tough fucking position to be in. Like, I put myself there. I have some form of empathy. Okay. But it's like, at some point, like some of the things that you're doing, it's like you got to pull back because again, it's like what you're talking about with Vic, right? Not everything he may not be Mr. Innocent. And see, that's why I don't look at things from the perspective, even in my red pill moments, I don't look at things fully from the perspective of men or just women. I look at it case by case because so many people
You
on the
look at
planet already do that.
the entire
Yeah.
board. Because when you're playing chess, you got to look at the entire board.
Good fucking point. Good. I couldn't have said it better myself. When you're playing chess, you're not just playing. You're not just playing against your opponent. You're playing against yourself. You're playing against the board. You're playing against time.
Yeah.
Okay, because time.
Well,
That clock could be.
when you're playing chess, like, what do you think I am? Am I an offensive person? Am I a defensive person? So,
Right. You can end a chess match in 1 minute, or a chess match can last up to 10 hours, depending on
the strategy.
the kind of style you're playing. You know, if
If he's an offensive person, I mean, back. If he's a cautious man, I draw him into dangerous waters. That's how it is.
If it's the clock, it's not going to go that long. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
No,
it can last.
it's not a clock.
It's dangerous. It gets dangerous when you play because it's almost like strategy kind of goes out the window a little bit because the only strategy you're thinking about is the clock. So the trick is to make the right moves quickly and to put the pressure of the clock on the other person and allow them to strategize. And if they take too long to think, then they lose the game. You win the game. Simple as that.
I've been playing chess for years, and I've lost all but one. I've lost every single game except one.
That's good. Losing is good because you don't learn how to win until it's like the people who are like grand masters.
Yeah, I played on a computer too, so and I've won a few games.
Yeah, on the computers where I'm dangerous, but in real life, I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? You know, but you know, there's also certain things I want to improve on in chess. Like I want to learn the how the hell you switch the king and the castle. What's that little move called? And you know, there's certain things.
Castling.
Yeah.
So you take the rook, and then you take the rook, and then you take the king, and just put him on the other side of the rook. That's how you castle.
Yeah. See, I'm so.
And then you got kings, and you got skewers, like.
Yeah, I'm so illiterate when it comes to all that shit.
If your rook is right here, it's like. if your rook is right here and your king is right here, man, I say in check, and move your king out. You sit down here and move your king away. I can potentially take your piece. That's what's called a skewer. That's what.
See, I didn't even know all that.
Or whatever piece is like he's like behind the king. That's called a skewer. That's called.
See, somebody with your kind of knowledge would just wipe the floor with me with chess. But I like playing with chess anyway because it helps me. Like I literally on my free time when I'm not writing mixtapes, like this actually what helps me write mixtapes is listening to classical music and playing chess. And it took me the longest time to understand the dynamic of how that would help with not only vocabulary and intelligence in some senses, like different kinds of music and activities. But like it helped in a way where it's like it was a meditation. It was soothing in a sense. It like I was always raised in harsh neighborhood, harsh conditions. You know, there's crack cocaine and gangsters and hookers and all that shit. So to rap like everyone else raps is easy to do, but to rap like in a different viewpoint, like when everyone's going right. Even Jay-Z would say, everyone's going right, you go left. It might not work for you. It hasn't worked for me, but it does work for some people. Like it works for Jay Electronica. It works for J. Cole. It works for, what's that kid's name? The Sinatra kid, Logic.
Yeah.
It works for Lupe Fiasco or what's his kid's name? Billy Badass. Guys like that. So I wouldn't try to compare my success with the next person's success. success is how you view it, because there's going to be a lot of people who you've never heard of who are at one point or time they were rocking, but you never heard of them.
Yeah.
And you probably heard of you probably heard of Luther Vandross, but you probably
Oh yeah,
never,
I've heard of Los Vandross.
or you probably never heard of Teddy Pendergrass, or you probably heard of both of
Yep,
them.
I heard a bit of grass.
But one was probably one, over the other, as like who I'm trying to find a comparison of two people who
Morris
kind of
Day in the
came.
time of Prince.
Michael Jackson and Prince are kind of the extremes of it. I'm
No,
trying to
I'm
think of
talking about Morris Day. Morris Day. You know Morris Day in the time?
no, I do not. Explain it to me, please.
No, that's he was actually a part. Prince is actually a part of that group. I don't know if
Got it. Okay, it's his group. Okay, I didn't know what his group was called for the longest time. I always thought it was called Charlene something or.
it was Morris Day in the time. I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
That
if you have a chance, look that up. If you have a chance, look that up because
That nigga has been through so many changes. Like, did you know that him, Michael Jackson, and James Brown was on the stage at one point or another?
Didn't know that.
Dude, it was the weirdest thing. I learned it watching Michael Trapson, of all people. Michael Trapson is one of the greatest people. He's one of the greatest Michael Jackson impersonators I've ever seen, and he has a channel on YouTube. And sure enough, I learned through watching one of his videos that Prince, Michael Jackson, and James Brown, sure enough, were on the stage at the same time jamming. And Prince got mad. Something happened. I don't know. Apparently, Prince didn't do so well during the little battle they had. And Prince was seen kind of like as kind of strange, but everyone knew he could rock. Like, it's kind of like The Weeknd. Like, I look at The Weeknd, lately he's come up with the whole face thing. He was at the Grammys one year with the bleeding face. Then all of a sudden he looks like the bad guy from The Mask. And then, but his music, I don't care whether you hate him or love him, his music is mesmerizing. It is. His music is very enticing, and I should have listened to him sooner. But I'm not really into mainstream guys as much as I'm into. Okay, let me dig through the dirt to find the underground cat. Even the guys who could, but I've never really been into underground singers. But this guy, The Weeknd, is deserving of everything that he is. And regardless of how you feel about him, the whole Illuminati thing or whatever, because I see a lot of that Illuminati symbolism in a lot of his work.
Nice.
It is what it is,
man. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but
I'm not a conspiracy theorist either, bro. But I know that Illuminati shit when I see it, brother. I know when I see it. God damn it!
You ever watched the Fairly Odd Parents?
Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah, I've seen a few episodes.
Yes, Mr. Crocker or something like that. He keeps saying like New World Order. It's like, oh my God, what the hell's going on?
I don't know, man. Hell, the New World Order dates back into the early wrestling days, So, they're taking a lot of when you go back and look at the NWO, there's a lot of like Eric Bischoff set it up to intentionally be like one of the bad guy groups from Japan. So check that or not, that WCW was really the first ones to kind of start off on that, really bringing that New Japan strong style over to America, because he was really influenced by the Japanese, gang style type. And then also that with New Jack being also an influence behind some of this shit too, believe it or not. I found that out through certain senses that a lot of people couldn't use New Jack, but they could kind of like take what he has done and like give it to the next person because they could control that person. You can't control someone like New Jack. If you got that nigga working for your company, give him something to dive off of. Give him some money. He'll be all right. Everybody be fine. But for the most part, like this whole thing with Vic, man, to take it back to this, it's like extraordinary evidence or extraordinary claims to what he's done. It requires extraordinary evidence. So you know,
And to date, there's no evidence still. And when
just like
you question
just
them
like
on it, they get defensive.
well, it's
Like
just like with Bill Cosby. There was no technically no physical evidence to that put him away. It's just word of mouth. It's the first
and
time
that's
that
the thing with
it's
that's
ever
the
been
thing with
done.
rape, and it's a very hard thing that you should actually prove. Like it's like when you're raped, you actually go to someone. That's how you know that the evidence is fresh. When you sit down here and look at it like that. But to sit
Well,
down here and wait
well,
so many fucking days, it's like you can't necessarily do anything. Everything's fucking hearsay.
well, think about it from a man's perspective. Like, you were raped by somebody. Like, you don't, ego or maybe embarrassment, or there's a lot of things that probably would kick in that would keep some females from saying something. But I agree that if something tragic like that does happen to you, it would be best to get the proper help as much as you can. But it's
Because I'm a
like,
criminal. Because I majored in criminal justice. So
oh, you majored in criminal justice.
yeah.
Okay, so you're are you gonna go down the path of getting your bar card, because we need as many lawyers as we can get?
I might do that, or I might go into criminal investigation somewhere in the field of forensics. I don't know.
Oh, awesome, dude! That sounds phenomenal. Dude, do that. There's a lot of money to be made there.
Yeah,
That way, you could go from the naval base to investigating naval naval activities. Because
yeah.
trust me, with the new SJW craziness that's happening on the naval bases, it's
don't,
about to get
don't remind me of
it's a,
that shit, please.
it's about to get beautiful, baby. You about to see some strange stuff.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Oh, oh yes.
This is this shit is already crazier in this case because
Well, we keep down this path, it's about to get crazier. But look, boss man, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I
All
might
right.
shoot back over to the Blaze. I might not, because I'm actually working on another project. Like I said, also writing the mixtape. I'm working on believe it or not.
Wait.
I just got through posting the Star Wars video for May the 4th be with you. So
Yeah.
May the 4th, there'll be a Star Wars video available on my
Yes. Fallen Order. Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
I think I've got that game on my Xbox. So
Phenomenal, beautiful game. Hard as shit. Like I cannot believe this thing is harder than Diamond Dick. Like this fucking game is like, I did beat it on Jedi Master. Then I'm gonna try to beat it on Grandmaster. But let me tell you something. I was just playing it on my fifth go around on it, because I like to kind of get experience for the games before I record them and I literally think like a movie director. Like, I want to get the best shots. I want to get the best scenes, the best takes. Let me tell you something. If this was Hollywood, I'd be calling up the studio, be like, y'all got to send me some more money. No, baby, because I got to do take 34, take 35, take 36. I was dying, blowing up, getting eaten. The animals was whooping my ass. Then I finally got used to it after like hour 40. Because when you play video games excessively, right, you have to take a nap. You got to go, like, you have to work out. Okay. Around about hour 40, you'll see when I already posted it, but when May the 4th is available, I've finally mastered the force of that game, and so it came out pretty good. So hopefully people enjoy it and get motivated and want to play it again.
trust me. So I'm gonna let you do your outro and I will do mine.
You're ending it now?
Yeah.
You didn't have anything else on the agenda?
No, just what I just said, and that's basically it. Because I'm about to. Are you available Sunday?
Yes, because let me tell you something. On Saturday, I usually have my kid, and sometimes up until like 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I won't be available, because I'll still have him. But it's depending on how things go. Yeah, more than likely will be available on Sunday. I'm never available on Saturday though. Like, don't ask, don't look for me, don't call me. I'm not available Saturday. You call me, but more than likely I won't answer, because I'm dealing with Knucklehead chasing him around, or more than likely he's chasing me around. So that's what's happening on Saturdays is father son time.
So I'm going to be doing a live stream on Sunday, or Sunday night, or Sunday night, somewhere Sunday evening, to put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. If
But-
I could catch it, I'll definitely. I'll more likely will be on your show before I do a show on my own. Because if I'm going to do a show, I'm going to do it tonight. I'll probably do it like I normally do, like midnight or something like that, or 1 o'clock. So I'm going to be doing this Grand Theft Auto thing for as long as I can.
Joe, you're doing
the
Grand Theft Auto
lyrics.
again
Yeah, I'm doing the whole thing. The whole thing.
on the gaming channel, right?
Yeah. Instead
Guys,
of
I'll be
doing
I'll be sort of looking.
yeah, dude. It's instead of doing it in pieces, I'm doing it. I'm lumping it all into one big
All
old
in one.
movie, all in one. So that is going to be a task for me. Again, I already did. If you go check out my gaming channel, True Games Arcade, and this is my
Yeah.
plug, and then I'll go ahead and take off. Go check out True Games Arcade. I am True Sherm online. I am being currently buried by algorithm. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, maybe I should change my name back to. Well, maybe I should change my name back to True Food and Music Review, because I guess Sherm, you know, but you know, it's supposed to be my last name shortened, but whatever. I'll have to consider what to do about that. But
it won't be long. But it won't be long now until I discover my channel and start hitting my ass too.
they're hitting
All
everyone,
right,
dude. It's not just it's right, left. This is what these fucking crazies wanted to unleash. So you get what you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out True Games Arcade. That's where I'm doing my live streams at. I do Trueville. Right now I'm up to 7 episodes. Hopefully that stays fingers crossed that stays evident, that we could carry on, you know, don't get any strikes or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So far I don't see any reason for there to be any. Anyone's invited, a friend, foe, whatever. I don't really care. If you want to debate, talk, scream at me, curse me out, it's whatever. I could care less.
Yeah.
People have done stranger things. People have hated me for weirder things, and I'm kind of like used to it by now. So it's like whatever. But yeah, check me out on True Games Arcade, and I'm doing my True Games movie, other series, and I'm also going to be bringing True Games Play, or True Sherm Plays, which is going to be a series of where I just take any game out of my entourage and I do a lot of editing, and it's going to be my voice to it. So it's going to be silly and kind of, you know, funny and quirky and, you know, upbeat, and hopefully that'll also bring some more, because I normally don't do voice on any of my video game videos. The only time you'll ever hear my voice is when I'm doing a live stream. So hopefully that'll bring something new to the thing. Oh yeah, you're learning this shit, man. Yeah. Learn, dude. Put the background picture in the background. Bring your videos. I'm telling you, man. Have fun. Have fun with it, man. Have fun with this StreamYard thing, man. I even see, again, so many people I know are using this thing. If OBS is not an option for you, for me, I think I have to do some things. But StreamYard, man, it's the way to go.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you do your outro, and
I did it. I just did it. Check out True Sherm or True Games Arcade.
Okay. This is the Spider 32, and thank you for coming on and as my guest. And I will be doing a live stream on Sunday.
I'll love to join you.
On Sunday, if you can, please join me, and bring a friend along with you.
I'll definitely try.
Because I know MGTOW was trying to get on, but I don't know what happened.
I am so sick and tired of the beefs and the dramas and all that. I love this is kind of refreshing, actually. You know? So definitely, yeah, I would love to just sit here and shoot the shit with you for about a good hour or two.
Yeah, because I'll be doing a live stream on Sunday, March 28th, 2021. And it's going to be, so the other one's going to be, it's going to be an excerpt of gynocentrism from another channel that I'm going to be doing. So if you can, I'll get you guys on, and we'll see from there. Okay. So
sure, I'd love to show up and give my crappy opinions about insanity of gynocentrism.
Yeah.
Especially that I feel like after being on YouTube for so long, I'm almost an expert at this craziness.
Yeah, so it's not just the left that's doing that. It's basically the right in this
I've
case.
been telling people stop pointing your finger at the left. It's good. I'm telling you, after the left is done, after they're done ravaging, and it's going to be such a shocker to you to actually watch 10 years from now the left actually be the logical ones and the right be completely fucking insane. I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna happen. If we repeated history this far, oh yeah, the right's gonna lose their fucking mind too. It's only a matter of time. But
You look at it. There's terrorism on both sides. There's the far left and the far right. And if you look this up, it's through history. They've had organizations where they've and from both the left and the right. And they've killed people. They've kidnapped people. They've destroyed shit. They've blown shit up. And based on what I've seen, what I've looked at, and I studied the crap out of this.
well, we'll talk about that Sunday. But I'll definitely I'll see you next time, brother man.
I'll see
you. You definitely enjoy the growth of your channel, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
I love seeing everybody grow, man. But as many people grow as possible. So enjoy it, man. Enjoy the ride. Because
Right.
when you get up to like 1,000, it gets bumpier. Trust me.
Yeah.
It gets way bumpier.
All right. See you soon.
All right, boss man. Peace out.
All right.
Peace out, everybody out in the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
All right, peace out, dog.
All right. See ya.